points in the second period. Clayton did. West Johnston only scored 5 points, 1 free throw shot by Brewington, and of course 4 points by number 21, Cheyenne Cummins. It is the Symmetry Financial Halftime Report. We're going to look at the first half of this game, look and see who's at the points, most points of the game, foul trouble. Take a look at the standings in the Greater News 3A. Look at the other matchups in the Greater News 3A for the final day of play, as we get ready for the tournament next week in the Greater News 3A division for the men and the women, and from there on, a quest for a state championship. All that coming up after that break. It's currently Comets 23-15 on the road here at halftime. We'll be back in just a moment. This is Comets basketball on the CRN Sports Network.
Looking for a life insurance company that specializes in what you actually need? Protection. Call Danny today with Symmetry Financial. Danny is certified in all 50 states, which means Symmetry Financial is not limited and has over 30 companies to choose from. Symmetry Financial has proved time and time again that their options and pricing is just better than the rest. Give Danny a call today at 828-994-1681 to see how Symmetry Financial can make life simple.
Some energy drinks want to scare you. Some even want to bully you around. And the others, they're just blowing smoke. Packed with vitamins B3, B5, B6, and B12, the new HiQ energy drink comes available in 4 exciting flavors. Skyberry Fusion, Apple, Coconut Fruit Punch, and Lemon Lime. Natural caffeine, no preservatives, no crash, no bull. HiQ energy drink. Wings are for birds.
Unforgettables. Nice. This show sponsored by Unforgettables. Unforgettables creates detailed hand-painted baseballs for every baseball fan. Check them out at unforgettables.com.
Sportsmanship. It means a lot of things.
It means showing respect for the opposing team
And being a good host for our visitors.
It's about modeling good behavior and not getting caught up in the emotion of the moment.
It's about winning with humility.
Losing with dignity.
It is about making my high school games.
It's a good memory that I can enjoy for years to come.
Mr. Official.
Mom.
Dad, son,
Daughter. Coach.
Are we in this together?
Sportsmanship.
Together we make the right call.
This message has been brought to you by the North Carolina High School Athletic Association.
Now back to live coverage on the CRN Sports Network.
At the half, it's 23-15. Welcome back to the CRN Sports Network coverage of Comets basketball on the road here against the West Johnston Wildcats, along with Trey Snyder running the boards. I'm Wesley Outland. And again, Clayton on the road here in Benson, trying to wrap up their season for the whole year for the for the Comets to go for 19-4, 9-1 in the conference if they win this game tonight. Right now, they're up by 8. It's 23-15 the score as it stands. Welcome back to the Symmetry Financial Report halftime. As again, we'll look at some of the stats going on in the game, the first half of play. And right now, there is no report of the game going on between Triple S and East Wake. I just texted one of my colleagues and said, hey, can you give us a report? Right now, there is no stats being showed via Max Preps and CBS Sports online of the game between East Wake and Smithfield-Selma. And the reason why we're trying to keep up with this game and watch this game, because it is a great matchup between these two schools. Obviously, East Wake and Smithfield-Selma were fighting for that number 1 spot as well for the conference champion, regular season champions for the Greater News 3A. As it stands, Clayton is 8-1. They're at the number 1 spot. East Wake is 8-1, so there's a tie. If East Wake wins over Triple S, then they go to 9-1. Clayton, if they beat West Johnston, they go to 9-1. So Clayton's got to do their job here at West Johnston. Right now, they're leading by 8. They are currently leading here in Benson. East Wake, we still haven't been able to get any scores and updates on it. If East Wake loses, Clayton wins, then they will win the conference regular season championship. If they tie at 9-1, then you heard Marlon Lee say on our postgame show with Bruce Barrett and myself against Triple S last Tuesday night, or this past Tuesday night, that they will flip a coin, and the flip of the coin will just decide where they would be in the seeding for the conference tournament, where they would play at. So Clayton at a very, very strong pace right now where they are. They are 8-1 on the year, 18-4 on the season. They're on the 2-game winning streak after they had lost to East Wake on the road. Last Tuesday was when they lost that game. Currently, they are sitting at 8-1 at home, 8-2 on the road. Neutral, they're at 2-1. A phenomenal team they have here, and they are ranked at 98th in the state. In the nation, 3,050, but ranked 98th in the state of North Carolina. Of all the basketball teams, the Clayton Comet ladies program is ranked, of course, in the 98th. East Wake is ranked at 131. So, again, that just shows you this the competition that is there. As, again, Clayton is trying to just take this thing to the house, take this win on the road, as right now they are leading by 8, 23-15. That is the score. Coming up will be the men's game. That'll be another great matchup for Denny Medlin and the Varsity Comets as they take on the West Johnston Wildcats. That will be a good matchup, a great game for the varsity men as they look to lock up their season with the Greater News 3A Conference Championship title. They're 9-0 on the season. They're 21-2 on the year. Their only losses they've lost was to Garner back on the Tuesday night before Thanksgiving in 2019. They have won 19 straight games. If they win tonight over West Johnston, they have won 20 games in a row, and the only games that they lost to was to Garner at home and away. That's the only loss that they've had this entire season in the varsity men's basketball program. 21-2, 9-0 in the Greater News 3A Conference. They're ranked at 46th in the state, and they're at least in the 1,200 mark of the nation, of the best teams in the nation. They're ranked at 1,276, ranked 46th in the state of North Carolina. So Clayton men basketball, definitely a powerhouse, and we'll talk more about their game here during the High-Q Energy pregame tip-off for their men's matchup. That'll be coming up here after the conclusion of the women's game. 23-15 as it stands. Looking at some of the points that was scored here in the first half of play for the Comets and for the Wildcats. High score currently right now is Delaney Eves. She has 7 points for the Comets. Delaney Eves has 7 points for the Comets. Kaija Washington has 4 points. 3 points for Dariana Howard. 5 points for Alexa Watkins. And 4 points for Mackenzie Hedinger. Players in foul trouble for Clayton. Nobody per se is really in foul trouble, but 2 fouls against Washington. 1 foul each against Sharp, Howard, and Moses. 2 fouls also for Hedinger, and a foul also for Delaney Eves. So that's how it stands. For the Wildcats, they have now 2 points for Brooklyn Blake. 2 fouls on her. 2 fouls on number 11 of Mallory Nolan. 2 fouls on number 12 of Elena Brewington, 1 point for her. 3 fouls on number 20, Caitlin Tucker, and she has a total of 8 points so far in the game, the high score so far for West Johnston. 4 points for Cheyenne Cummings, and 1 foul on number 30 of Chastity McDougall. So that's how it stands, and that has been the Symmetry Financial Halftime Report. The third period is coming up next on the CRN Sports Network.
Looking for a life insurance company that specializes in what you actually need? Protection. Call Danny today with Symmetry Financial. Danny is certified in all 50 states, which means Symmetry Financial is not limited and has over 30 companies to choose from. Symmetry Financial has proved time and time again their options and pricing is just better than the rest. Give Danny a call today at 828-994-1681 to see how Symmetry Financial can make life simple. And now back to live coverage right here on the Community Radio Network, the home of your Clayton Comets.
8 minutes goes on the clock. We're set now for third period, second period half action. Ball deflected in the stands. Turnover. And they're going to give the ball back to the Comets. Last touch by Wes Johnston. It'll be Comets ball. Unique Best will put it inbounds. So the inbounder will be Best. Puts it inbounds now to Washington. Washington now sets it up to Watkins. Three-lady pressure for the Wildcats on pressure for the Comets as it's going to be Watkins under the basket of the paint. Sets it up now back to Howard. Howard is there at the three-point line. Goes back now. Top of the key. Looking now for Washington. Washington now blocked there by the referee of Watkins is now the one that poked out in front of me. And now goes back to Howard. Under 7.5 remaining here in the third. Almost a steal and a takeaway, and they will take it away. That's number 12 of Brewington. Brewington will power it away and take it away from Cummings as they go back up court at midcourt. Sharp will be coming in in a minute for sub for the Comets as a shot for three made. No good by Brewington. Turns it over by Wes Johnston. Give it back to the Comets. Watkins to Best. Best has to slow down and pace herself. Gets it back now. Sets it up now to Watkins. Goes back to Howard. The baseline now. Everyone running, trying to find their move. Here comes baseline movement now by Washington. Washington now moves from one side of the arc to the other. Looking under the key is going to be Howard. Howard shoots up, jumps, takes on. Here comes Eves on the rebound. She can't get her rebound and put it in the basket. And we got a whistle and a stoppage of play. We got a foul. Foul on number 24. Unique Best. That will be her first. And the first team foul in the second half for the Comets. And Brewington will put it back inbounds to Tucker. Brewington now finds McDougald. Back to Brewington, back now to Tucker. Back to McDougald. McDougald powers her way to the basket, and she'll put it in for two. So 2 points now on Chastity McDougald, the pointing guard sophomore. Justin Bell and the varsity men getting ready for their game coming up next. 23-17. Sharp goes down looking for Howard. Howard powers his way to the basket under 2 or 3 man pressure. Looking inside. Back is Blake and also Tucker. Power to the basket is Eves. Eves will go. A whistle and a foul. Foul on number 30, McDougald. That will be her second and the first team foul for the Wildcats. This is going to bring number 32, Delaney Eves, to the line. And the power forward, junior 5'10 player, will go and shoot two. .6:05 remaining in the third. Second half of action underway here. Shot goes up, and Delaney Eves will make that one. So both free throw shots good by Delaney Eves. And now the Wildcats back on the offense as it's now Brewington going back to McDougald. McDougald back to Brewington, back to McDougald. McDougald under 2-man for 3-lady pressure. Sharp is now on the arc trying to give her pressure, and it turns it over, and I want to save. Good work there by Blake and Tucker. And we got a whistle and a foul. I think it's going to be against either 5 or 24 for the Comets, and it's going to be against number 24, Unique Best, her second foul. The 5'6" senior forward, second team foul in the second half for Unique Best. Shot attempt made here by the Comets to get it back down. Tucker under pressure by Howard. Howard sets it back up to Watkins. Tucker was ready to come out of nowhere and take the ball away, but Howard will fight her way to the basket, a jumper of 2, and it's good. No good. Give it back down to the rebound of the Wildcats. Mallory Nolan goes to the ground, picks herself up, dusts herself off, and keeps on rolling. Now Tucker with the rock with defense by Best for the Comets. Under 5 minutes remaining in the third. McDougald is there. McDougald powers her way to the basket. Will she put it in? No good. Whistle and foul. I think it's going to be against Watkins at 11. Foul on Watkins. That will be her second And the third team foul for the Comets.